Okay, so for this problem, what do those those terms have in common? Both have a sine x. So if they both have sine x in common, what can we do? Not cancel them out, but no. It starts with f. Factor. So we can factor out a sine x. And if we factor out a sine x, that's the GCF, we will divide each term by the sine of x, which will leave us with cosine squared x minus 1. Okay? Any questions so far? All right. Now, cosine squared x minus 1 is very similar to something like this. It's a squared term minus 1. So it's just like x squared minus 1. And if we had x squared minus 1, we would call that a what? Yeah, dots are difference of two squares. So to factor a difference of two squares, we'd have one factor that is x plus 1, one that is x minus 1, right? So one factor has plus, one has minus, take the square root of each term to figure out what's any binomial. So that's what we have here, all right? So this would be the sine of x, and then we could factor that into the cosine of x plus 1, and the cosine of x minus 1. All right? That would be one way in which we can handle that. All right. Any questions? All right. Now, on your syllabus, it'll say, it says underneath the assignment for 7-1, so look at the answers in the back so you know when to stop or what you're trying to target, okay? So if we were doing this problem for homework, we would look at the answer first and try to get, maybe that's what we're trying to get to, life would be good, okay? But there is actually another way this can be simplified from this step forward, okay? We just talked about how the sine squared plus the cosine squared is equal to 1, right? So this Pythagorean identity right here. Well, if we're dealing with that, what we could do is rearrange this, because this has both a cosine squared in it and a 1, right? Or so it's cosine squared minus 1. So we can rearrange what we have here to match that. All right, if I move this 1 over and this sine squared over to the other side, we would have cosine squared x minus 1 equals sine squared x, right? So we could actually replace this with this, right? Seem valid? All right. So the other way that we can handle this, another way we can express that answer would be the sine of x times, actually this would be negative, sorry. Be negative sine squared x, right? So we have the sine of x times negative sine squared x. Okay? Which would give us negative sine cubed x. So that would be one acceptable answer, and so would this. All right, it just depends